swap them out. But considering it was $21 and they were making $2 a week in the factory, that was a lot of money.
Yeah, back then. Very interesting. Alright, this is Falls Mill, and you can kind of see here, it is a working mill. It's very interesting. Um, all of these wheels and things are being powered by the big water wheel outside, and we'll show you that in a little bit. Relatively quiet, surprisingly quiet. I'm sure everything is well maintained and everything is greased the way it should be to run the equipment. And they still use a lot of this equipment. And there you can see there's a chute that comes out the top. And this is where they would have filled their bags of grains. It's an automatic flour packer. And we've seen this in other mills, hand-turned corn shellers. And this is a Woodward mechanical governor used to control the rotation speed of water, wheel, or turbine by opening and closing the water gate. And from what they tell us, this mill over the years has been retrofitted to do different functions. It was used as a cotton gin. It was used as a woodworking place. It was also a flour and grain mill. And here you have an old printing press that would have been operated off the power of the mill. So many things in here. And this here, the portable device. It's a hit or miss gasoline engine, 6 horsepower. And here you have a flow sheet that shows how the Corning mill operates and is designed. What really amazes me is, all this is overhead, and you can see the belt running up through the floor there, and we'll go upstairs and take a look too. You know how quiet and efficient this really is. We have a stone grist mill built about 1900. The big grist mill would sit down in there. And this is like it's some kind of feed system here. Feed product in, and then you've got your hoppers here in the bottom. We've seen these in a lot of mills. These old mill carts. I'm moving kind of quickly because there's just so much to look at. It's a vertical stone grinder mill. And the belt runs down through the floor there. And it's important to know this mill is still in operation. There's another vertical stone mill. And I'm guessing this may be your supply in off the main wheel. All right. We're going to walk out here and take a look at the wheel even before we go upstairs. You see belts just everywhere. And you've got a water supply that comes through here. Channels. And the gate can be opened to different degrees. And you can increase the speed of the mill by the amount of water you run through it. Look how big that thing is. You got so many people that want to get off the grid nowadays. And you know, that being the case, sometimes, you know, it may be best to look back, see what was done in the past. In here you have a wool carding machine. You know, this factory served as different purposes, and they've got all this enclosed in here. And it seems everywhere you look, all these belts are running something with purpose, and the size of the wheels are going to create your gear ratios and kind of design the torque specs you're going to need to run whatever kind of machine. Very interesting. Okay, we're upstairs now, and as you can see, they did run equipment up here at one time. And there's still a lot of old equipment up here. Here's your power loom. This apparently was some other type of loom. And up in there, can't see, but another shaft for power. It's the main input power shaft. This is a bobbin winder. And I'm moving quickly here, but if you want to read this, all you have to do is kind of pause it. This is the first cotton card. And I saw the cotton card over here. Still here, we'll take a look. It's a picture, but there you go. There's a color picture of the cotton card. Upstairs here in the mill, they keep it cool in here just with fans. You've got a lot of old antiques, and there's a gift shop up here. Some old spinning wheels. This looks like a loom machine, a small loom machine. It's like some kind of silk there or something. There's a foot power loom. And probably clothing made from this, or clothing worn during the time frame, I don't know, but this would have worn you out after a 12-hour day. Imagine running that by foot all day. You know, what's really interesting to me is you know, the mechanics and how all this was run. I'll take you through kind of quickly here. Just let you look at a lot of the old antiques that they have. The old typewriters and things. That's a Turkish shoe shine box. A monograph machine. And just antiques of all sorts. Some more photography equipment here. There's an old sewing machine. A lot of people's grandparents probably still have one of these. And these are real neat. You know, I like to have one of these now. All it is just a little wood-burning cook stove. But that would be neat to have for, you know, off-the-grid purposes. You know, antiques everywhere. Here are your old canning jars. Ball still makes these today. I've got a few of these that I use. I don't know, these look like little milk bottles or something. And look at this little stove. Little Joe is the name of this one. To me, this would be handy in a motorhome or something. Just run you an exhaust pipe open out of the side. Run off the grid. It's interesting. 1920s battery-powered radio with a silver tone horn speaker. You know, I've never really seen anything like that. Old antique baker's rack. And a 1907 Victor phonograph. Those are neat. 1906 Edison cylinder phonograph. These would have played probably the cylinder-shaped recordings. And here's another, yeah, cylinder phonograph. Witch hazel. Oh yeah, my grandmother had one of those. I don't know who in the family got that, but one of your first telephones. Just, I remember from Green Acres, you crank the side of it and it rings the bell with the operator, and then she would connect your call. I like this, and I've seen these other places. This one's in really good shape. but you've got your music in there, and you can see the little holes in the paper, and you could get different songs and load it, and then it would play them on the piano for you. Or, well, this one, look at this, it even had a little drum in the bottom of it. Or you could just play the piano on its own. It's a 1929 player piano. And for 25 cents, you could play a song with it.